Good evening everyone and welcome to Project Cars 2 Action. It's once again competitive racing club for the Touring Car Championship. It's races 3 and 4 on round 2 and we are here at the Hockenheim ring. Of course, I'm James Hay, going to be taking you through the action as always. Joining me in the commentary box is Ash Richardson. Ash, how you doing?
Hello. I'm good. I've been looking forward to this race this evening. Got some guys out in quali already and they've all had a bit of a talking to because of last week, but we're expecting slightly better driving, but also a really interesting race because hopefully it'll level up the field a little bit. Like see the BMW come back in because of the longer straights and of course that rear-wheel drive traction advantage, and the McGanns are struggling on their tyres, so it will be really interesting to see.
It'll be really interesting to see, and of course the layout that we're using as well of the track is the Hockenheim national layout. So they come halfway through Parabolica, then turn right onto the Mercedes-Benz section of, they pretty much cut out the hairpin, is what you've got to think from the Grand Prix layout. And it really adds a little bit of spice, I think, into the mix, because obviously Racing at Home leads the championship coming into tonight on 30 points. Matter in second on 25, Speedster in third on 24. 6 points separating after the first 2 races last week. All to play for.
Absolutely. We're here in the Speeds. They got a number of penalties after last week's race because of quite a few incidents, and that has resulted in him actually getting enough penalty points to take on a quali ban for this race. So that's why he's the only one in the pit right now, because he's not allowed to qualify with 25 penalty points. He says, you know, he'll go into this one slightly differently, and it was also a victim of circumstance as well. Some of them weren't always his fault, and some of them were made worse by the lag effect that is present in the game. So, again, we just live and learn. But no, the interesting layout comment that you made there, because it's still a really heavy braking zone, but it's a 90-degree right, so it's more open than the hairpin. So that might see a bit, you know, cleaner moves there. We might see. You still seem to get driving overtakes, but there's more of a chance to have 2 cars side by side, so it's not so much of a do or die move. So that might help the racing a bit too. Interesting coming backwards on track.
Yeah, there's somebody backwards on track. I'm trying to find who it is.
It was Andy that was fun, and we just joined, but yeah, I don't know how he's managed that. I'm guessing he's clear over the grass or something. And again, this is the thing I was saying about probably drive past last week, that we want a small amount of slip angle, but if it goes, it's very difficult to recover because you've taken so much grip out of the rear as it is. So real nice edge, especially when the field is as tight as it is. I mean, there's half a tenth between that and Racing at Home at the moment.
It is half a tenth between Racing at Home and Matt, and I mean, it's 5/10 of a second separating the top 3 because Bart is in there as well. I mean, Bart won race 2 in what we thought were controversial circumstances. It wasn't controversial circumstances last week for Bart taking his win. And I mean, he's in 6th coming into tonight on 15 points. And again, for Blue Line Bellissimo leading the way in the constructor in the team standings on 39 points. Wilton Racing in 2nd, 31. And Inside Line Racing Team in 3rd on 27. All to play for again in terms of the team standings, and I think Bart could really excel along with the guys that we saw towards the front end of the field again tonight.
You're absolutely right, and the situation last week was, you know, one of those situations that someone holds the door open to you and you go, no, after you, and they go, no, after you, no, after you, no, after you, no, I insist, after you. And basically Speedster knew he had a penalty, so he was going to let Bart pass. He wasn't necessary, and Bart was like, well, why are you letting me pass? I know you've got a penalty, I'll win anyway. And Emmanuel was like, I've got no time for this, I'm going around the both of you. So that's what happened last week. A case of people being too kind to one another. Who would have thought an online racing? But who would have thought? But it will be interesting to see how these people who were small fries throughout the TT3 season now suddenly taking a step up, how they deal with the pressure. Will we see a Vettel repeat from 2018 that just drove off the track into Sachs curve and end up in the wall? Will we see a repeat of that where someone's got to lead and drops it because they're just not used to it? So, and it will be interesting also to see if the BMWs come back later in the race, if the McGanns are going to be so hard on their tyres. Will the BMW be fast at the start, or maybe towards the end when their tyres are in better nick, which is usually what you see in normal touring car races, the BMW have a fast start, then get overtaken by the front wheel drive cars, and then as the front wheel drive cars wear their tyres out hopefully towards the end, they start to come back. So it will be very, very interesting to see how it comes out.
It will be very interesting. I think Flaky is on a lap currently. 3 minutes to go within qualifying. Home on top, ILRT Matter second, Bart in third, Alan in fourth, Nissim, newcomer as Yoghurt actually, NLR Yoghurt, another newcomer to touring cars here this week. He's gone fourth with a 135.1. But in terms of Flaky coming into tonight as well, I mean, he was well up there within the standings. I don't think actually he performed that well. He got caught up in quite a few incidents. But Flaky this week, as soon as I've said that, he's just gone off and went into the pit lane. So yeah, there's the first commentator's curse on track tonight. Count them up as we go along. If you're playing James Head Bingo or drinking bingo, Andy on the back, coming around the final two corners now. Let's see how the Scotsman's going to get on, because he again was he had a bit of wretched luck I think last time out. Drove well in the first race, then had a collision going into the chicane at Oulton Park, and Andy now across the line. I think he's just started off on a lap actually. So Andy through turn one, looking good. And he's got Mia Orloff I think coming out of the pits there to the right hand side of him.
You should let him go, yeah, he has. Now, what's interesting about the live track 3.0 on here, which is not a real fan of this aspect of it, is that it's funny. The track starts off dry and then just gets wetter, whereas if it's light rain, it should just be light rain throughout. But so the people who've done their laps early are going to be significantly quicker than the people who are now taking their lap. As you can see, the top sort of 5 or 6 are the people who did it early, then all of a sudden there's a second, 2 seconds, 4 seconds, 5 seconds. So that's where they're gaining their advantage. Don't expect to see that such gaps like that in the race, because again, it's just a quirk of the game, the way it works. It starts out bone dry, and you've got to get out immediately to start quality. Still have a track that's completely different to everyone else, and the best it's ever going to be. So Andy's left his laps late. He made mistakes on his outlaps in earlier runs, and he's yet to set a time. So I can't see him moving up higher than 10th really coming to this, just because sometimes you get it wrong, and you see a lot of people making mistakes. See, locking up there, he almost hit the wall as well. Good Greek tiger car almost in the wall there. And a lot of people abandoning laps now and just doing their best, trying to get a lap in. But Emmanuel did disconnect and has come back, but he hasn't set a lap either, which is interesting. Yeah, this is him now, right? Yep. Should be getting a lap.
Emmanuel crossed the line. He goes 8th, but it was 7.9.
Very good effort, especially as you can see. That's really the difference between him and his teammate there. Same setup. They're both very, very quick drivers, especially in qualifying for Emmanuel, and there's 4 seconds between them. That's what I was saying about the track difference as the time goes on. You can go out and it will almost be a completely bone dry track straight away, and within 2 or 3 minutes it's then wet, and it just gets wetter and rougher. So it's a bit of an advantage, but it's just playing the game, and it is unfortunately.
Yeah, we're on board with Sean in the sole BMW here tonight, because Sam Hesketh has dropped down to reserve. Can't race here this week. Sean now coming across the line, one of the only drivers actually out on track, and he's the first to come across the line out of those who are. See if he improves. He does improve on his time, a 140.5, but nowhere near the back of H Racing Green. About nearly 2 seconds the gap there. Flaky is going to be the next one to come across the line. The only other two I think we've got out on track is Mia Orloff and McKinder for you, if I'm not mistaken. Flaky now coming through what would be turn 12 in the normal Grand Prix layout. I've got to get used to how many turns there are with the national layout. Now coming up towards Sachs Curve, where Vettel of course went off in 2018, as you rightly said at the beginning of qualifying. Flaky looking good so far. Again, I don't think this is going to be a rip-roaring time from him out on track. Probably, I would say, maybe going around Target Court Mia Orloff sort of area, if I'm not going too over the top there. Flaky coming around the final corner. Let's see how he's going to get on. Across the line he comes, and he's second now, because the different finish, and he goes 13th, so actually behind H Racing Green. Emmanuel's out on a lap. McKinder for you around the final corner. Mia Orloff, by the way, going 8th, so he just came across the line there. McKinder for you across the line. Is he improving? No, 136.5 for him. And Emmanuel is the only one out on track physically as a human, but he will not get a lap time set because there's only 5 seconds after quali.
He's just going for a bit more practice then. Maybe he's short on practice, but Andy did improve to 9th in front of Emmanuel, which I wasn't expecting, so that's a great lap. But yeah, see the big difference in times now. We shouldn't see gaps like that in the race.
Racing home on top by 0.05 of a second from Mata in second. FC Bart in third. NLR Yogurt on his debut in fourth with Alan Cavagnaro in fifth. With Nissim 6th, McKinderfew 7th, Mia Olwoff in 8th, Andy in 9th, Emmanuel in 10th, Tiger Cars in 11th, H Racing Green in 12th, Flaky in 13th, Sean in 14th, and Speedster, as you rightfully pointed out, having a qualified ban. He's going to be starting at the back of the grid, but it will be quite interesting to see how he gets on with him being up there in the championship standings as well.
It will be. Now, will he take a Vettel 2019 approach here, where he kind of just bided his time? Even Russell had a better start than Vettel in the F1 race that was here in 2019, because Vettel just took his time. It's like, look, I've got more to play for here. Will he do that, or will he just go, look, I've got nothing to lose, I'm going to fight my way through? So, it'll be really interesting what tactics Speedster takes. I think he'll be fast either way. And he is at the back. I didn't think it looks like everyone got a lap in, so he did get eventually put to the back. So, it's going to be tough. We'll be watching Sean's getaway though, because TTG Sean towards the back there, he may be in 14th, but we could see him on the borders of the top 10 before turn 1. Advantage that car has off the starts. Just can't wait for this. This is going to be fantastic. As you can see, the track is very dry at the moment and it's raining. Within 2 or 3 laps it will get to the conditions they're more used to practicing in, and that's when you're going to see the time start to level out and see actually who's fastest. But in the first few laps, it's going to be really interesting to see who can get the jump on someone else without actually making contact.
Yeah, I think it's going to be really interesting, this race. Remember, 20 minutes worth of racing, and I'll run through quickly the drivers' standings. Racing home on top in qualifying as well on 30 points. Mata in second on 25, Speedster in third on 24, Alan in fourth on 18, Tiger Kart fifth on 16. Bart in 6th on 15, McKinderfew in 7th on 10, Andy in 8th, tied with H Racing Green on 8 points in 8th, Mia Olwoff in 10th on 4 points, Blue Line Bellissimo on 39 points leading the constructors, Wilson Racing in 2nd on 31, Inside Line Racing Team in 3rd on 27, Team Tiger Waff, great name, on 20 points in 4th, HRT Esports and Bulldog Racing Team tied for 5th on 18 points, Invicta Racing Team in 7th on 8, and Hesketh Racing in 8th on 4 points. Beautifully done, and we still have time left to mull over a top 3.
I'm going to say Racing at Home, Bart, and maybe I'm going to say Matt. Honestly, I think we're doing well. Oh, should we go any other time?
Here we go. Yeah, the lights are going out, and it is. Lights out, and we go here with the Hockenheim ring. Great start in the background from Speedster. I'm not sure if he jumped the start there, but he's certainly making his way through the field in the background of the shot. But it's racing home, leading in towards turn 1. RRT Mata, NLR Yoga down the inside, and Bart, that is, through turn 1 they go. And I think it's all clean in the background. I think everyone is clean through. It looks like Emmanuel and Flaky might have got caught up in a little bit of contact. There's a car wide, certainly. I think that's Emmanuel. And that is Nissim going down the inside, making a bit of contact. The other BMW, I should say, out on track. And I think he's made contact there with, if I'm not mistaken, I think it was Bart. Yeah, Bart just rejoining track in front of Alan, and now Alan's getting moved down through Parabolica. But remember, they go right-handed here, not the Grand Prix layout, down the National layout, and goodness me, Andy's late on the brakes in behind, trying to get the move done on Bart. He's round the outside of Nissim though, and goes up into P6, so very brave on the brakes there from Andy. We come in towards the stadium section for the first time. Racing home leads, RRT Mata in second, NLR Yoga third, Alan Cavagnaro in fourth, with Bart down to 5th, and to be honest, Bart has had a bit of a shocker of a start. He's dropped 2 positions off the start of this race. Andy 6th, Nissim 7th, McKinderfew in 8th, Mia Olwoff in 9th. Speedster, whether he jumped the start or not is a bit questionable. He certainly looked like he got a very quick getaway. Oh, and there's a car around, and it's Andy. Andy is off through the right-hander. I think he's spun that by himself. So now Speedster up into 8th position, and Andy's luck is rotten luck Moulton Park, continuing on from this into this week, it seems. Speedster on the back of McKinderfew, trying to get the move done, but LRT Matters on the back. Alan has picked up a penalty. We'll come on to that in just a second. But racing home at the end of lap 1 leads, LRT Matters second, and LLI Yogurt into third, and he's absolutely flying.
Absolutely, seeing the new guys come in and make a statement for themselves is great. What I was saying earlier about possible championship contenders now that weren't last season, maybe a bit perhaps a bit with Bart, but I don't think he jumped. I think he was put first for someone who came on 2 ran wide, and he was not quite missing, which was, you know, not missing kind of driving, but he to the championship, let's say. But he did very, very well towards the end. It did look like Andy lost it by himself, but he was doing mad progress. He was up to 6 at one point, that's really unfortunate.
Oh!
Look at the move here.
Bart trying to go around the outside, he's gone way too deep though into the corner. Alan has the inside line and will come out on top for now. But Bart, sorry, trying to go around the outside. There's been a bit of a drop down. McKinley for you has spun around. So McKinley for you, he's in reverse gear. Can he get the car going? He does. I think it's got sustained damage on that front wall. I think he's at the wall there. He's over committed himself and broke way too late, and he's hit the wall. And I think that's what we've seen there possibly from him. Speedster, by the way, did pit in, and I think it was for a drive-through penalty as well.
Yeah, that would make sense. But Bart hasn't got past Alan. He's just moved cut away Alan wide and past, stepped up the inside and go past him. So good move, but Alan had a penalty anyway. He's quite supporting that hard, but very, very interesting.
Yeah, 1 second's worth.
I think Alex was stopped.
No, it's ILRT Matter.
Oh, he almost spun then. He didn't actually lost that much time. It was like sort of a half spin.
Yeah, ILRT Matter though was spun out of, I think it was sub-curve. It turned, well, would be turn 16. I think it's turn 9 or 10 out on track. But now ILRT Matter down to third and Yogurt up to second. Not really quite sure what happened there, but I think he just dropped it by himself.
Yeah, I think the revs dropped quite severely, so it sounds like the car was broadside, and he may have touched the curb. Again, didn't jump and wasn't pushed. There may have been contact because those cars were very, very close, but he couldn't hear the contact. He just heard the car's revs stop. So, and it looked like Yogurt got through that cleanly. So it could be that he just dropped it himself. But again, they're trying to. Oh, is that contact? Yeah, it's a bit loud, I think. I'll go with Matt here. So, how much he's driving alright? He doesn't seem too bad. I think really looking for structure. And that's it. Running wide. A lot of these van drivers are running wide here. Again, this is the way the car is set up. They're really going to be hitting the car as well. He's in the pit lane, so I think he's going to push that damage.
Yeah, he must have damage. He's just exiting the pit lane now, actually. So he's still on the lead lap. Looking for you rejoining out on track in 14th position. In the meantime, it's really all gone a little bit quiet, to be honest.
Absolutely is. So this lap or so, first two laps were really chaotic. But now everyone's settling in. It does look like Yogurt's got more pace than Lucy at home.
Noticeably more pace coming through there, and Yogurt 0.3 of a second, and I mean 34.8 compared to a 35.5. 0.7 of a second pretty much separated, and he's going to go for the move to the lead of the race, and he's got the move done. NLR Yogurt down the inside gets the move done on Racing at Home, and he's down the inside into the turn one. Did Racing at Home, I think, catch the curb and force himself wide. I think that's probably what happened. Yogurt sailed up the inside and he's through to P1, partner of the Red Sea.
Absolutely, yeah. He must have caught the curb and run wide. I'm surprised he didn't just hit Yogurt because, just get a frustration.
Oh, and now...
No, he might go for a dive. No, he's just showing his nose.
Racing at Home has actually picked up a penalty.
It must have been a...
1 second.
Yeah, and why didn't let slow down? Okay. That means Yogurt's putting up pressure on him in terms of brakes, but now Yogurt's now in front. And it's a big difference between being the hunter and being the hunted. And all of a sudden you find yourself in that position, you're like, ooh, there's no one in front of me anymore. And he stopped making mistakes, and he looks like he suddenly lost a little bit of pace.
Goodness me, going well wide in towards the...
Not the track.
Goodness me. I think Bart followed the same line as well, I think, just in behind. So both of them following very similar lines. And Bart actually was on the back of ILRT Matter, and he still is. But now Yogurt, clearly quicker than Racing at Home, and he's taken off. And I mean, we're 7 minutes through the race. It's looking good pretty much from the back lane out on track. I'm just going to cut down to Andy, who has recovered well. He's up into 8th position after everything that's been going on with Speedster's drive-through penalty as well. He's up into 8th position. He's running the back of H Racing Green. I saw him practicing very late last night, about 11, 12 o'clock, maybe at midnight for Andy. But he was practicing, and honestly, he had the pace. I dropped in, well, I didn't drop him on the session, but I saw him on the game, and Andy suddenly looks like he's got the pace on the back of H Racing Green here.
He's putting the time in, and it's completely impressive to see, because if he was fast last season in the very steady hand to drive that car. So he's in a quick car this season and he's showing that he's good, just not getting the rub of the green. Whether that incident on lap 1 was just by him or if he got a small tap, we're not sure, we didn't quite see it, but it looks like he's right on the back of the TTGaming.
He's go for the overtake, I think. He's got the quicker car. Is Andy going to go down the inside? Oh no, I know where this is going. This could be going into the wall. How on earth he got that car stopped, and how on earth did he not hit the wall? Goodness me!
Oh, wow, that was squirrely.
Parton, man.
He kept throwing gears at it. He was really trying to get that stop. He was inches from that wall, and HSC saw it coming. He hit his braking point, and he just died very, very late. And it was lucky to pull that up. Hopefully, he's obviously got more patience because he was up with, you know. Yeah,
and he's just got to probably calm it down. And I think H Racing Green obviously is the slower car ahead. It wouldn't be this lap around, obviously, with Andy's mistake. But H Racing Green certainly looking like the slower of the two. And now beginning to come under pressure again from Andy, and I think actually Andy is right on the back of him, coming through Sachs curve and then towards Sud curve. This is through 14 and 15 normally on the Grand Prix circuit. Andy on the back of H Racing Green. But Racing at Home has made a massive mistake, and that Jokic is now 3.2 seconds ahead.
Oh, big in last sector like Matt did. Perhaps
must have done.
Yeah, he's obviously pushing very, very hard.
That was only about 1.2 seconds, I think, and look at Barton as well. On the back, a little bit of contact there. That is what you like to see in touring cars, though. Getting the wheels pretty much out, and the doors bashing. That's what we like to see. But Max is still third, Barton fourth.
That's, the Barton lost a little bit of time there. That was Bart knocking on Matt there, and nope, closing his straight in his face. So,
Matt has gone wide.
Yeah, Barty's quicker off these edges of the corners, and is he going to do quick back?
On the outside of the Mercedes-Benz section? Surely not. He's gone off track. He'll have to give the position up. I think he's not. Yeah, now he does. Now he does. Good respect shown there, though. He could have easily tried to go around the outside there and commit the move. Tell you what, Nissan's coming into play. Right on the back of Alan, and side by side in towards just the corner before Sack curve. Down the inside he goes.
Very, very tight to the apex. He leaves Alan loads of room, and Alan still manages to just stop past him. Fantastic, great move. And this is what I was saying earlier on, but at the end of the possibly becoming slightly faster as the race goes on, because the guys will be facing the front tire. Bart is faster than that right now, but he's just going to make sure that he passes clean and does no different like Andy did. But he also will make sure that there's no contact either, because Bart's so fast off these corners that he could end up hitting that accidentally. But it does look like Andy's a little bit stuck behind here. The move will come, but he just needs to compose himself, and we could see a move coming here. Again, probably down into that hairpin section, well, the replacement of the hairpin section. There's oversteer there, and he's caught it.
Oh, and I tell you what, as well, H Racing Green as well, yeah. Oh.
Losing the rear there from the fastest runners on the track, and cars are right on the edge.
If they lost it, if they lost it a little bit more actually out on track, I think it would have been like a Leclerc in 2018 with the 360.
Yes, no, to the reference. Will Andy make the move here? He is sort of looking for it. Will it be a late light? Here we go. Going down the inside. They're both quite rough.
Breaking earlier this time. Oh, he's got this one, Chuli.
Okay, well, that's
good. Lovely.
Really is a fantastic move from Andy there. Dutch plays it very well. They're both quite rough at the same time. Both really does very late. But once you've seen Andy was alongside, he actually opened the steering and actually gave him more room than yesterday. So that's a good driver there. There's a good driver to make the pass. And Andy was descending, and it's a very clean move. And looks like H Racing Green's lost time there to Neil Walker's behind him. And we'll see if Andy can break away.
And I tell you who else has lost time, NLR Yogurt. It's only 1.2 seconds now, the gap. It was like 5 seconds 2 laps ago.
Yeah, it's at least half, yeah. Wow. It must be just making mistakes in these last corners. We're missing them because there's so much action down the path. But it is just a fight now, tip for tap between Racing at Home and NLR Yogurt. It's the people that mistakes. If Yogurt has no faith, yes, but they're both making mistakes on alternate laps. So we're going to see how this pans out. But I'm telling you, if Bart and Matt fight anyone, Missy doesn't do that and go off the track, he may catch them up.
Yeah, you can see him actually holding neutral gear nearly going through, so that was an indicator of him trying to slow down the car. And again, Yogurt's made a mistake. Racing at Home is right on the back of him, 5 tenths away, 39.1 to 40.2. Alan has dropped down the field as well, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Alan has dropped down the field. He's gone past. He's been overtaken by Nissim. So Nissim through the fifth, so I think Alan's made a mistake.
Yeah, because there was a lot of fun to lose. I think Fernando's made a mistake and going to investigate racing at home car for this to see if he's got any illegal power boost because suddenly he's getting it out of nowhere. Full scrutineering investigation, FAA style on Ferrari. Oh, big move here from Leo. Oh, that was close. Wow. They just really left us in the room and Leo Wolf was like, I'm going to stick my nose up. No, I'm not.
Oh, look at this as well. Bart, side by side, and Yogurt has been overtaken for the lead of the race. I think he's lost it coming through the old turn 12, and there's been a bit of contact in the background as well. It's all kicking off. Nissim is on the back of this as well. Bart just contacted the rear end of RLRT Matter. There was only a slight contact, and I saw that somehow in the background. And now racing the home, and NLR Yogurt down the inside through Sud Curve. What a move! Down the inside for the lead of the race. Race the home's going to come back at him. It's not over and done with. These two are fighting. Oh, and they come across each other. Touring cars at its finest here. Yogurt is round the outside line. Racing the home's down the inside. Oh, a little bit of bump tap, but he gets the move done. He parks it on the apex of the corner, and Racing the home's into the lead of the race. Phenomenal racing.
I think Yogurt might dive here. No. Very, very good racing.
Switch back.
Fantastic. So here wins that. He didn't get back from there. No, he's got a good exit. He has. He's got a much better exit. As Yogurt altered his tyres. I was racing at home, sat back and thought, look, he's slightly back from me. Let's see what happens as the race goes on. And now he's making strides and pulling away. So yeah, there was a mistake from Yogurt. Racing at home got by. There was an issue in the Sats curve for Bart and Matt and Ethan. But it looks like you're doing one race at home, which is going down the inside there. If Yogurt was closing him.
Oh, and Yogurt spun!
Yogurt's off! Oh no!
Oh,
it's a dangerous rejoin. That's unfortunate for Bart. He'll have suspension damage now.
Nissim lagging as well, just ahead.
Start to work in.
I think Yogurt... Yeah, Yogurt, I think, just with his rejoin, I don't think anything will be done about that, to be honest. It looks like he's got more damage on that right-hand side. But Yogurt certainly... Bart is... I thought he was going to let through Nissim for a minute there. And it's side by side actually in the background as Andy is going to get the move done here on Alan. Recovering well, the Scotsman down the inside. Can he go for 6th position? Former TTL F1 commentator. Can he get the move done? But Alan on the inside line. No, Andy's got him.
Alan was thinking about it there. Andy just wait late enough. Did he close the door on Alan? Because if he moves across, then he might not be able to stop the car. So Andy left him straight there. So look, he's going to go up the inside. It's going to be a suicidal move. But Andy made the move out very clean, and it was a very good move. But going back to that battle between Racing Home got down the inside and stopped the car on the apex. And that was when Yogurt gosh, that was great. So it looks like Nissim now has got half part, we've got damage from Yogurt rejoining.
Oh, Nissim went wide.
And
here comes Bart.
Yogurt's at the back of Bart. Bart's got a nice speed boost now. Bart's on the inside of Nissim. Really the corner. Yes, he's kind of blocking the apex there. We see go all the way around.
Got him.
You may go all the way outside. He's down on the inside for the next part. There's a bit of contact there. BMW is fast in the straight line, but only at high speed. Can he get the 16? Will he make the move back down the inside? Here we go.
Well on board into the braking zone. Nissim on the back.
Thought about it.
Oh, very close. But you can see how difficult these conditions are with the spray being kicked up directly into the driver's face, pretty much. Nissim is on the back of Bart. Oh, tiny bit of a tap there. And you can see in the rear mirror, Yogurt is beginning to drop off. It's about 1.6 seconds now. The gap in RRT Matter is struggling. Bart, Nissim could be on for podium.
I don't know how Matt's still ahead. Matt's doing a fantastic defensive drive here. He's not making mistakes for the last couple of laps anyway. He's staying ahead. He's actually making Bart make mistakes, which is one of the... Oh, look at the other side.
No.
Oh, the whole car was locked up. They both brake quite late. They're all a bit slow here. Bart's going to cut the corner. There's a bone line there. Oh, Rally's got plenty of parts, if I can get past.
Oh, and he's down the inside of Sud Curve.
This is what people like drivers like Alonso Schumacher used to do. They used to get the other driver to make mistakes, and that's exactly what Bart's having to do now because he's so intent on getting past. He knows he's faster, but Matt's is having a very, very solid race, and unfortunately for Nissim, he's bottled up behind him, so he's faster than them both.
And I tell you who else is catching as well. Andy is coming from the clouds here to catch Yogurt. He must have damage, Yogurt, because Andy's only 1.5 seconds behind. If that, it's nearly a second the gap, actually. As we see the battling continue on just in front. We've got penalties as well. Quickly check those. All second penalties. Racing at Home has got one. Andy's got one. Alan Cavey and H Racing Green have all got penalties out on track. Here comes Nissim. Down the inside line, can he get the move done? I can't believe there's only 2 minutes and 45 seconds of this race left. Where has the time gone? Goodness me. And he tried to get the move done as well on Yogurt. Not going to get the move done. He does! As Yogurt goes wide into the wall again, nearly. I think he didn't make contact with the wall. But Andy soon, he's up to 5th. And what a recovery from Andy, I've got to be honest. Brilliant stuff.
Fantastic.
Released it.
Matt's covering now. We're about to try and switch back and try and get the tight and then maybe on the inside section.
Oh my god! Traction!
Yeah, we're back now, off, yeah.
And listen.
Don't listen go on the outside. What do you say now about enough?
No, he's got off. He's done a battle.
He's had enough of the car.
And Barton nearly followed him off, actually.
That was very, very close. Listen there, we're trying to get back all the room first and just lost track of where he was on the track. So, unfortunately, they've all lost out there. Matt's laughing as he watches him pull back and he's losing it.
And Andy is lapping this up, thinking, guys, can you make more mistakes out on the track? Because he could get a podium now.
Yeah, so Andy's, I worked out in the last season, so Andy's actually one of the older drivers in the field, and this is why he's actually a TTL doing the race. He's doing a very, very good job. I mean, some other drivers there would have absolutely gone off and put in the warning gun, no, I don't want to do it anymore. But he's watching this up front going, look, I don't actually have to try that hard now, because this could happen. Nixon down the inside of Bart, he's get contact, no, Bart's left in that room. Nixon should get a bit of traction here with that chassis, and he's actually left him room on the next part as well. Fantastic move by Nixon, really set him up. Really did well there, keep the car tight, not having the oversteer, the car was so neutral, and Bart couldn't fight back because I think this is where the tyres coming in, with the wear on the tyres.
Yeah, and this very late on the brakes from the BMW. He's on the back of RRT Matter though. Have we got another lap within us? Racing at Home is just coming down towards the corner before sub curve now. I think we're going to be easily in for the next lap, which will be the final lap of the race. Nissim is on the back of RRT Matter, trying to go down the inside through the Mercedes-Benz section, pushing through 8, 9, 10, 11. Yes, count them up. There's 4 corners there, trust me. I don't know how. But Bart on the back of Nissim as well. And again, we've done Nissim takes a much deeper line, and that could be working because RRT Matter has made a slight mistake. Bart's off as well, and he's gone into literally oblivion on the right-hand side. Oh, Nissim switches it. Oh, there's Bart. Andy's up the 4.
Andy's got a fantastic tutorial. When Nissim is following Matt and Bart, he did a tutorial of how to not pass Matt. So when Nissim picked up, he was going to do it straight away.
Oh my god, he's in into the pit wall! Oh my god!
Oh my goodness me. I think that's happened to Yogurt and Racing at Home. I think they've both had that issue, and Matt earlier on. I think that's what's happening to those guys. So we had a tutorial on how to not pass Matt. So Nissim turned up, went right and get the stuff straight away. And put Matt under so much pressure that he made a mistake into the side curve, and Nissim dived straight back up the inside. It was so close. I'd love to see the onboard of that if you can. If this one makes that highlight reel. And it'll be really interesting to see that. And we've got someone coming out of the pit.
Mate Olwoff. No, that's me. Olwoff going for a move down the inside of H Racing Green for 7th position. Can he get the move done on the Monsanto car? He can. Mate Olwoff is through. I think H Racing Green ran wide in the background. Yogurt is struggling like hell. And here comes Mate Olwoff for 6th. It can't be 3 wide, can it?
So he's really going to be struggling with that. It could be 3 wide here. Oh my goodness.
No, it's not. 2 wide, certainly. H Racing Green down the inside in the awful. Gets the move done. Yogurt, I think, has got right side damage on that car. He's really struggling, and Alan is even on the back of him as well. In the meantime, on his lonesome, Racing at Home is 8 seconds clear, coming in towards the final corners. Through Sachs Curve for the final time. In race 1 here tonight, round 3 of the championship, Racing at Home has dominated. We'll cut to Andy, who was on the back of RRT Matter. I don't think that gap is as close as what it looks like on the mini-map. But Racing at Home round the final corner, and do you know what it is? Because Andy's got the move done! Down the inside of Sachs Curve! Racing at Home across the line to win. I missed it, sorry.
We'll have to watch Andy's streaming. Andy's streaming at the moment if you want to watch his channel. But at the moment, that was a fantastic move, and he's going to cut across. Oh, it's a penalty.
He has a penalty. 4th.
Yeah, it'll count. Put him 4th.
Oh, so unfortunate, but he recovered so well.
Yeah, I wonder if he'll be able to get that removed. We'll have to wait for close race to see if he'll get that removed or not. That's a real shame because he really fought and aimed that. But at the same time, Matt has too. Matt's fought off charges from a number of drivers, and he's actually been able to stay on stay ahead, and Nissan has done a fantastic job as well in his car that technically isn't as fast. We've got a big incident coming here.
That's quickly escaped from that. I think that was Alan getting taken out by Flaky there. McKinnon for you in the meantime. Is our final driver to come across the line. Not sure what happened to Sean. I'm not sure if he got caught up in an early incident or something.
Yeah.
He retired out of the race. McKinnon for you across the line in 13th. We'll run down the full running order of a tremendous first race. That is how you drive in touring cars, for sure. Rest of the home takes it from Nissim in second. Matter is in third. Andy in fourth, only missing out by barely 0.2 of a second. Bart in 5th, Mia Olwoff in 6th, Yoghurt in 7th, H Racing Green in 8th, Speedster in 9th, recovered well in the end but had a drive-through penalty, which is why he finished where he did. Alan Cavey in 10th, Emmanuel in 11th, so actually Speedster finished 11th if I'm not mistaken, and gained as a result of penalties. Flaky finished 12th, McKinderfee 13th, and IRT Tiger Kart as well retired. I'm not sure what happened to Tiger Kart. He retired the car and Sean left the session, so I'm not sure if there was a bit of disconnect on Sean's end. There's another race to come.
That's fantastic, and it'll be interesting to see if any of these penalties get removed if they've caused a drop in position, because if you can prove that you haven't gained an advantage, or if it's a silly penalty, just like we saw in Alton Park, we did have a number of drivers have their penalties removed. Those results could change, and we'll launch a formal investigation into why Racing at Home won that, because I thought I'd agreed and paid enough people to that not to happen. That's not happened. I'm kidding. He's earned it. Yoghurt made a mistake. His fastest lap was 0.4 faster than Racing at Home's fastest lap. So Yoghurt had the pace, and that's a short circuit. Unfortunately, he just made a couple of mistakes, and that was enough. But they were trading mistakes a couple of times on alternate laps. But Yoghurt has made the full mistake, gone into the wall, and then there was contact there with another car. We'll see whether it's a dangerous rejoin or not. There wasn't really anywhere else he could go. He had to drive forward, but it did look like it went right slightly. But unfortunately, he was the biggest victim in all of that, of his own driving, unfortunately. But again, when you're in the lead of the race, he's just joined the league, get excited, you may just drop the ball. Maybe we'll see the same in this next race, but it is a random grid, so that'll be really interesting to see as well.
It is really interesting, and we all better get going. I think in terms of the Yoghurt Bart incident that you mentioned, I've got to be honest, it looked to me as if it was a dangerous rejoin, but of course you have to take an opinion through commentary. I think looking back on it, I don't think it was a dangerous rejoin as such, because Bart has finished ahead of Yoghurt at the end of the day. Yoghurt has picked up damage as a result of him going into the wall. I think positions will probably remain as they were. And I think, honestly, it won't be considered as a dangerous rejoin. I don't think it was anyways, to be honest.
There's so little space there for Yoghurt to have been out of the way, you know what I mean? At some point he's got to try and come back to the racing line. But
what would he do, though? What would he do in that circumstance? Go into the wall again to let another driver through? Yeah.
There's so little space there, he has to start moving at some point, and if that has involved... it's going to look different on people's POVs versus the stream. But it's a real shame then, because there was a good battle going on between him and Racing at Home, and then when Yoghurt binned it, Racing at Home was untouchable. So if Nissim gets a good qualifying here and Andy gets a good qualifying, we will see an interesting race. But let's have a look. So we've got Alan on pole. Okay, so he runs the league, so he's rigged this. This is rigged. Okay, Racing at Home in 12th. Yep. Well, actually, maybe it's not rigged. That's where he should be.
So we've got...
oh God. Go on, you want to run through the order?
Yeah, we'll go through the order. Alan on top, from McKinder in second, Nissim in third, Flaky fourth, Speedster, I think, interestingly, in fifth. I think he might have the pace to win this one, to be honest. Tiger Kart in sixth, Matter in seventh, ILRT 6th and 7th, Emmanuel in 8th, H Racing Green in 9th, Mia Olwoff in 10th, Andy in 11th, Rest Home in 12th, Yoghurt in 13th, and Bart in 14th. And it's not like last week where we had some of the front runners up at the top end of the grid. We've got Nissim in third, but the rest are down pretty much in the last 4 positions.
Yes, yeah, they've all been reversed. Just adjusting my mic here. Yeah, a lot of... Ooh, here we go. 2 seconds. There we go, right. Okay, so we've got... Yes, it seems like some of the top players have been put to the back, other than Nissim. Speech has been given P5. He'll be very happy with that. The ILR boys are 6th and 7th together. And it will be interesting to see these guys that had a very, very good race last race, and Racing Home and Yoghurt together as well. see those guys come through the pack, and we'll see
Here
how
we
long
go.
Alan can hold on to this.
Here we go. I'll let you take the start. Go on.
Okay, here we go. We've got 3 sets of red lights. Waiting for the green. Oh, lights out, and we're just pulling away now. Will Nissan get a better start than these front-wheel driving Gans? He has. He's already taken one position. Will he got the inside of Alan? Oh, it's the shortest slip pole ever. Alan's lost his pole already to Nissan. Nissan's flying. He ain't wasting any time. He's stuck behind people for too long last race. He's going. It's everywhere. Everyone's everywhere.
Contact in the background.
Real estate. That could be racing at home. It is racing at home.
Racing at home. Me all off. Andy caught up in that as well.
Oh, Andy's been caught up too. We've got Sean has made a good bunch of positions out of it, but we've got the race. The championship leader has been taken out or has gone off the track himself, and Jorgen, who looks like his nearest challenger, is taking his race. But Alan's coming back at Nissan here with the superior power and traction, it seems. It is early stage.
Oh, Nissan's going to broke himself.
He's going to hit the wall. Oh, no, he's actually not hit the wall. Alan's taking Paul back. I didn't expect Nissan to lose it that fast. And looks like Speedster's taken everyone. He's shot up from P5 and he's now P2. And I can see Alan losing this pretty sharpish to Speedster, because Speedster's not going to hang around either.
Speedster on the back of Alan. We come through towards Axcove once again. And I'll tell you what, that was McKinnon for you going wide in the background. It looked to me, actually, it was me all from Reston Home making contact. And Reston Home as well, just around on board, I think has picked up a penalty. I'm just going to quickly scroll down. Yeah, 1 second penalty, I think, for track extension. Whether that'll get removed is another thing. Nissan, by the way, is up into 4th. Sorry, McKinnon for you 3rd. Nissan 4th after that mistake. Alan Cavey down the inside. Alan K, I'm thinking of somebody else. Speedster down the inside, little now on him. Through the final corner. Can you get the move done? McKinnon for you has picked up a time penalty for running wide. And now Alan leads, Speedster 2nd. My pick for the win is in 2nd, so it's going well so far.
Yeah, I can see Speedster and Nissan battling it out for the way it's going to go. Who's got White here? Is this Matt White trying to protect Nissan? It is. Nissan's really hounding these guys now. He's probably kicking himself out of a mistake, but give him Speedster down the inside of Alan. Oh, it looks like another car's made a mistake.
And Roy Jorgen, how on earth he got that car stopped, and how on earth he got them both done? He's got them both done!
Good grief.
That's insane!
Oh, Nissan with a spin. Oh, Nissan just held
He's got 3 positions. Jorgen's up the 3rd.
Like Matt got held up. Matt got held up by McKinder, and Ellen gone, I'll take both of them. Thank you. Goodbye. He's just had a ball. And there's a Monster Energy car going down the inside of it looks like Emmanuel. Is there contact? Can't see in the background.
Yeah, there was, I think. Oh, there is now.
Nissan's been spun by
Emmanuel.
Emmanuel. Yeah, Emmanuel's at full lock, he can't turn anymore, and Nissan's got the car on the outside, so that'll be interesting to see how that one pans out. But here we go, as you said, Speedster in the lead. Alan's finally lost the pole position. He fought long and hard, he did a very, very clean and brave fight to fight that off, but Speedster's now running, laughing as he looks behind him, but all the damage is happening behind.
A little bit more wide there, I think that was Tiger Car going wide, McKinnon down the inside. Yeah. Into Sachs curve, Bart down the inside as well, too wide through here really doesn't work, and especially through here it really doesn't work, but Bart's got the move done, or has he? Because Tiger Car's on the inside, RRT here, trying to fight down the inside line, Bart ran the outside of, there's nowhere for the car to go, Tiger Car nearly nicks it up the inside, but it's like they're parting the Red Sea for Bart, and they make contact, but how on earth they haven't hit the wall is beyond me. Andy is coming through, parting the Red Sea like hell into 7th. He's got rear damage on that car. I think he might have got caught up in that incident. And we've had a retiree from the race as well. But I'm not sure who it is. I think it might be Matter. No, it's not. It's not Matter. No, ignore me. I don't know who it is.
Well, Tiger Car was slow off this turn last lap. And then Big Guy held up a number of cars in the queue. And Jorgen just took them all. And he's gone.
He's gone, he's up the
3rd. It was ILRT versus TTG, and it looks like ILRT came off worse, then better, then worse, then better, and then there was contact between Bart and another driver then on the straight, so it's still all kicking off here. But the 2 teammates almost making contact. That's the #1 rule, don't hit your teammate. You can beat him, but you don't hit him.
Oh, goodness me, great racing out on track once again, and we're nearly 5 minutes through this race already. Unbelievable stuff. Bart's off, Andy ran the outside. Just within track limits, just about gets the move done. Or has he? Down in towards the old turn 12 on the Grand Prix circuit.
Yes,
and ran the outside. Jorgen has swapped positions with Alan. I'm not sure actually if there was a little bit of contact maybe, or if there was a mistake from Jorgen. Something happened there. And Andy's back down the inside of Bart. It's all kicking off, honestly. But the racing has actually been really great this week so far.
Honestly, it's much cleaner than last week, and it's a real pleasure to watch. And this is this Andy going to go around the outside again. The Bart and Andy just going to go side by side through every corner. Now they're side by side off this corner as well. Andy could have cut harder into that international turn 12, but it looks like they're going to be side by side through. When Bart's taking position again, but Bart break too late though. Everyone's extending. Okay. New track limits then. Someone's on the inside of this car that we're on board with. It's the two teammates again. Mia and Tiger car, right? Mia's got a little bit of damage on the front.
McKinley for you as well, late on the brakes, just in behind. Got the move done on... Racing at Home is all in this. Racing at Home just got the move done on McKinley for you around the outside.
Where's he come from? He was backwards at turn 1.
All of this battling has just let him come into contention. All of this is helping for his championship.
It absolutely is.
He's got hacks out on track.
5, 6 cars battling. Here we've got our 420 car was in the wall. Oh, goodness me, lovely Tiger cut.
Yeah.
And Racing Home's taken 2 positions in the space of 2 corners. He is flying here. That's a big corner cut from Millwall. He's obviously seen Racing Home behind and getting a little bit of pressure here, but all these cars are squirming under brakes, they're squirming on throttle. These guys are driving hard. They're really nailing it at the moment. And it'll be interesting to see who comes out on top. So Bart is still ahead of Andy. Andy did make the move over a couple of corners. Oh my goodness, how did Mia save that? How did Mia save that? So much angle on that car. Here. Yeah, Mia was much slower through the corner than Racing at Home, right?
Yeah, nearly PG-18 going there with the little bum tap on the bumper cam, quite literally. Racing at Home so close to the back of Mia, but look at Tiger car all over the back as well. Just to speak about possible position change, Matter is well on the back of Alan as well. This is for P3, out on track, and Alan is sideways out of turn 1, and this is going to have RRT Matter through surely into 3rd position. Alan's on the inside fighting hard. I can only see where this one is going to go, I think. Or is it? No, Alan's back down the inside, gets the move done.
I didn't think Alan would be able to pull that up there, but he actually did. He started turning before the car even stopped. He was just scrubbing everything possible. He put an anchor out behind, trying to slow himself down. He was doing everything possible. But it looks like Racing Home's almost lost position to Tiger Car there. He must have run wide at turn 1. And Tiger Car's not taking this, going down without a fight. He is saying, right, if you're going to pass down, I'm try and get straight back past you. It's not happening. He's not saying, oh, well, off you go, you're better than me, you're in the championship, I'm not. He's saying, no, I'm going to fight you for it. And looks like he's gone in too fast. He's on the outside, Tiger Car.
Oh my god.
Tiger Car saying, mate, if you're going to leave the door open, I'll fly into it, okay? I got nothing to lose here. But really, really good racing from these guys, because you can see there, a lot of the drivers are getting into a place where there could be contact, and they're actually backing out. They're saying, whoop, it's worth a try, but let's just back up locally here. So it's actually looking really good. Getting some great racing.
I think Tiger Car made a similar tap, actually, further up the track a couple of corners ago. These two have had a little bit of contact, I think, on the front right of Racing at Home's car. There might be slight damage, but both of them, I think, Tiger Car tried to go for the move on Racing at Home. I think it was down into turn 2. He might have overcooked it himself and then he let him back through turn 3. I think that's what might have happened between them both. But Racing at Home's 9th. RRT Tiger Kart in 10th. He runs wide slightly. Matt has dropped off on the back of Alan though.
Yeah, that's strange. I thought Matt would have just got this move done by now, but it looks like Alan's putting up such a sturdy defence he's scared Matt away. Or Matt's made a mistake, that is.
Dropped down in position, I think, was that McKinley for you dropping past?
Yeah, he's down towards the back. He's being overtaken by Nissim. Nissim's so far back? Oh yes, he got spun, didn't he? Yeah, that's a real shame, because the big manual's left.
Well, actually, no. Nissim moved up to 11th, so actually Nissim got the move done on McKinley for you.
Good move there. Again, he was in a very, very good position to start this race. It just didn't work out for him. You can see the contact marks down the side of his car there. He's had a rough race, and he was on to win the race, but to be honest with you, he had enough of a lead but made a mistake himself. So, again, you've got to be in it to win it, and unfortunately he then dropped through the pack and got taken out. So, but again, misunderstanding at the hairpin. These cars just drive so differently to each other when you've got a front-engine front-wheel drive versus a front-engine rear-wheel drive. They come up at the corner just so differently. It's so hard to anticipate what a car's going to do.
Tiger Car right on the back. I tell you what, RRT Matter though's got the move done on Alan. Alan, I think, went too deep in towards Sachs curve, might have got caught on the AstroTurf, and goodness me, nearly had a moment coming in towards Sud curve as well. But RRT Matter through, and he's up to P3, so makes it count when it matters. Speedster and Yogurt, by the way, were just in a different league, quite literally out on the track. I mean, we're 10 minutes through this race, and Speedster and Yogurt, I don't think we've mentioned them once, and I think that's a good thing.
No. They're completely just loving life at the front, but it looks like Alan's very, very wound up with himself after that mistake, because he's driving pretty aggressively now. But Speedster and Yogurt, is the gap closing or opening between Speedster and Yogurt?
Opening. I think Speedster's pulling away. It was 3.9, it's now 4.3. So that gap is extending.
Yeah, they've got, it's actually got a faster lap, Yogurt has, but the gap is extending at the moment. And Speedster will be very, very happy with what's going on, because that will help his championship. Yogurt will be really happy because he's a newcomer and he wants to put his authority in me. And these other guys, well, we're just happy they're having a great race.
Much more different to last week. Much better.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. And they realised that themselves. There's a lot of talk last week over, well, you ruined my race. Well, you ruined my race. And it's like, well, everyone had a hand in everyone's race, guys.
Yeah.
So, and they were like, yeah, fair enough. And none of them were happy with the way a lot of the races turned out last week. So it does definitely we turned the page, it seems, and these guys are really, really enjoying themselves now. And I think they're going to
I tell you what.
It looks like this is Racing Green getting a move. Oh, that was close from Barton.
Barton to the back of H Racing Green.
Okay.
He might need to hold up for him. He's rejoined, I think, in 9th position.
Yeah, Bart could lose a number of positions. Andy doesn't need to rush this because Bart should be letting his Racing Green back through.
Bart hasn't got a penalty either.
Yeah, Bart might take the penalty post-race because there's such a gap here.
He lets Andy through.
He does let Andy through.
He may as well continue, to be honest, because I think H Racing Green's had a moment. I think H Racing Green has lost time.
Yeah, it looks like he's rejoined and perhaps gone straight back off again. But in the moment, the right thing to have done was to just hold up there. But the track is so narrow that Bart was like, can I do it, can I not? And in that moment of indecision, looks like H Racing Green's had further issues, and it makes sense now just to take the penalty after the race. It's not the way Bart drives, so Bart, obviously wasn't intentional. But it was a very late move, and it just catches you out sometimes, because the Astra again drives differently to the Megane. So it's very, very difficult again to try and go when other cars are going to be faster, especially when the races are so short.
I mean, speaking of short, we've only got 2.5 minutes left. Again, how long is this? How far has this race gone? It's gone so quick, honestly. Speedster leads the way, but that gap is 2.5 seconds. Unless
Speedster makes a mistake, Yogurt won't catch him, but it does show that Yogurt's got some vicious pace. It shows that he's really, really got some pace when he continues on and not making mistakes. I know it's very tricky conditions, it's a tricky car, but it's going to come down to who makes least mistakes in the championship. And Yogurt is a title contender. Obviously he missed Alton, which is a real shame, but he's here now, and we're going to see if he can mix it up between Speedster and racing at home. Because at the moment, unfortunately for racing at home at the start, he did drop back a little bit, had that contact. It's mid-pack now. It'd be interesting to see how the points shape up after this.
It's so interesting. Hopefully we've got a quick maths guru in the stream or in the comment section or on Discord that could give us a bit of a look in. Bartram wide, by the way, in the background of shot. IRC Matt is still pressurising Alan, and I cannot believe Alan's still in third. How on earth he kept that car there?
But he's braking very, very late. There we go. So, I was going to say, his car's all over the place in the braking. And he's braking very, very late for some of these corners. And Matt's just braked early, got the under and over, and he's got a better drive than he's on the straight. But I wouldn't have bet against Alan trying to dive in here as well. No,
it's not close.
Yeah, I thought if they were side by side, there we go again. Look at him, the car's swirling around all over the place. When he hit him, I think there might be some contact.
Oh, here comes Andy!
Sure.
And Bart hits the wall in the background.
Good grief, I think Bart was avoiding Andy. He'd have to go on a tighter line to try and get on the inside of Alan. Alan's braked too late again.
Alan's one wide. Here's Andy down on the inside line. Job done for Andy.
Halfway on the track now, Alan. He's braking a little bit earlier.
Andy's
going to make the move here.
Andy once again. Alan's off yet. Bart on the back of him. Can he get the move done down the inside? Alan's picked up a penalty as well. Bart down the inside. Gets the move done just before Sachs curve. He's up to 5th, but I'll tell you what, Andy again is driving such an astute race here out on track.
Oh no, he's on the grass!
As soon as I say that, he goes wide.
Be quiet, James! Andy might get a good result.
I'll tell you what, Speedster's only a second clear of Vanilla Yogurt here.
Oh, it's quite a big gap to close down and overtake in a lap. However, if Speedster makes a mistake under pressure, if Speedster can make a mistake under pressure, Yogurt's got way too much fuel in. He's still got 14 litres of fuel to burn. So if Yogurt had less fuel on board, like Speedster level of fuel, like 5 litres, he could be within a chance of winning. But,
actually,
these guys, 4/10?
4/10 of a second. I'll tell you what, with the more fuel, I think it's better off for him, because Yogurt's going to have a go here.
I was foolish. Look at this Yogurt's pace is fantastic.
140.9 compared to 42.8 last time around. This is for the battle for the lead on the final lap of the race. If there's any chance to do it, it's to do it now, I think, for Yogurt. Speedster runs wide slightly, but gets the car in nicely into the corner through Parabolica. And now 7/10s clear he goes, but tends to make mistakes, I think, in the final sector. Out on track, as he just made one there, actually. Yogurt's 4/10 away, and he looks quicker. Has Speedster actually got a little bit of damage, I wonder?
Possibly, but again, his tyres will be very,
and Alan's off. Alan's gone down to 6th, Andy's up to 3rd, Bart's up to 4th, Mia almost up to 5th. He's driven well this race as well. And look at this, side by side. Down the inside line, Yogurt on the inside line. Can he get the move done? Can he? He can't.
No,
there's been all sorts of carnage in the background. Nissim is still there in 7th. There's been a couple of retirees there. Yogurt's on the back of Speedster, not through the final corner. He's stolen it. He has stolen it from the death. Yogurt down the inside line, Speedster on the outside line. It's going to be 4-0 finish towards the line, but Yogurt has stolen it through the final corner. What a race to the end. Speedster is not happy with that, understandably so. Oh my god, Yogurt takes it around the final corner for the win. Unbelievable. Andy across the line in 3rd, Bart in 4th, Mia Olwop in 5th, Nissim in 6th, Rissner Holman's recovered to 7th, but the penalties are going to really hamper. Alan's up to 7th, in fact. McKinnon across the line in 9th. H-Racing Green 10th. He might have got caught up in an incident. Oh, and he's off.
Has he crossed the line?
He hasn't. And Flecky's got him. Flecky's got him for 10th.
No way. Oh, H-Racing Green. Fuming. In the place you don't drop it on the last corner.
But a 10th of a second separating Yogurt. I mean, we thought it was impossible for him to win. A lap later he wins.
Incredible. 4 seconds in 2 laps, and he made the move. It may have been some contact in the second to the last corner, but we couldn't quite see it. But I think Speedster would have hit him, not hit the wall, if he was wound up with Yogurt. So I think Speedster dropped it there. I mean, we'll have to see the footage. We'll have to see the onboards.
He ran wide, I think.
Crazy.
Oh my god.
Incredible ending. Well done, Yogurt. What a fantastic entrance to the league.
Fantastic entrance to the league. He could be a name to follow for Shiwa going forward here in CRC. Oh my god. Don't know where to begin. Let's review that race. Yogurt taking the win from Speedster. Speedster looked like, to me, as if he went wide and got caught on that curb, coming through Sud curve, and that cost him the race.
Absolutely. There may have been a small bump on the way into that last corner at worst, because it wasn't a big hit. But the way Yogurt closed him down and put him under so much pressure, I think even the strongest drivers would struggle to hold that together. I've got a message from Andy saying that Matt might have been disqualified. That's why Andy got the podium, perhaps. I'm not sure.
Let me have a look at this. See if there's any thing going on.
But Racing O made up a couple of positions as well towards the end. He went from 8th to 6th, and then that dropped down. His penalties dropped him back down. Alan, unfortunately, going from pole to 7th. He, I mean, he won't be happy with himself for that. But I think the driver that lost out the most was Nissim, because he was rapid. Yeah. He was ready to win.
Oh, that is it for tonight. Unbelievable. An hour over in the blink of an eye, quite literally.
Fantastic racing, non-stop. These guys were aggressive, but they were fair. A couple of incidents, but
nothing on the scale of last week.
Oh, it lived up to these expectations. Fantastic racing from these guys. It was also great to see Yogurt debut and be so fast, and Racing at home hold it together, and then get taken out in the second race. And then, where does he come back from there? Does he get to mid-pack? Very, very, very interesting. It's just such an exciting season this is proving to be.
Well, if we're going to race like that, what we have done, as Speedster in fact has actually left the Discord. So...
Oh! someone's throwing their toys at the pram, he thinks. Or he's in an argument in the party with someone.
Or he could be, yeah. He could be in an argument with Yogurt, who knows? But, regardless of what I think happened out on track, it was fantastic stuff out on track from everyone. Brilliant racing, much, much better, and I've got to say much cleaner than last week as well. Yes, there was a few incidents, but that's touring cars at the end of the day. That's what you come to expect when you see here in CRC. Thank you so much, Ash, for joining me in the commentary box, as always, and you'll be joining me next week for Ruapuna Park?
Be fantastic. Yes, I will. I'm looking forward to it.
Oh, you've cut out. Hang on.
Oh, I'm still here.
You're still here? You cut out on me for a minute there.
There we go. I was just saying, yes, I'll be here, and I'm really looking forward to it.
Really looking forward to that's what I like to hear. And of course, next week you will tune in for Ruapuna Park for touring cars. Well, can we call it the season finale? I think we can.
I think it is, yeah. It's the finale.
It's the season
race.
Finale.
Yeah. The finale round, and then 2 races in there as well. And it looks like they're both overcast conditions, so no rain, but not far off it. So cool track temps, that should help them again, because he does struggle with his tyres a little bit. BMW might struggle there, but it'd be really interesting to see again, because there's such a big field of McGanns, it could be anyone's game, and especially with that second random grid. That's what's really spicing this up. Yeah.
Random grid, I think, is a great initiative, I think, and it certainly brings some drivers that not necessarily might get a win into a winning position, like we saw with Yogurt here tonight. And I think, I'm certain he might have came from the back of the grid to win that, or near the back of the grid to win that.
He did a very, very good job, because him and Racing at Home were right next to each other, weren't they?
Yeah.
And he managed to skip 5 cars to the turn 1. I think they were like 13th and 14th out of a field of about 15 or 16. So yeah, you're right. He'll be absolutely ecstatic about that. But Speedster lost it from 5th place. But then Nissim lost it from 3rd place. So it'd be really interesting to see over the next few days, if you keep following the CRC Twitter account, and if you follow some of the guys on Twitter or their YouTube channels, if you give them a search, they'll be posting highlights as well. So you'll be able to see their POVs. And I certainly will be looking out for those.
I think we will be looking out for those, and thank you so much for tuning in to tonight of CRC. We're going to end it here. Thank you so much for watching. I've been James Head. He's been Ash Richardson. Please take care of yourselves. Please stay home. Protect the NHS. Protect what health service wherever you live as well, and save lives. Because if you don't stay at home, and if you're unwillingly out, you may catch the virus, and you may pass it on to somebody else, and you will not be saving lives. It is simple as that. Thank you so much for watching, though. Join us next week for Ruapuna Park. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, goodbye.